I'm early everywhere, all the time. Every time.
Yeah.
Because no one can be on time anymore. And it really irks me.
Mm-hmm.
But I try really hard in my head because I was raised on time. Early is on time is late, and late is fired.
Real?
Late is fired. You are fucking canned. So I always try to be an hour early or like 15 minutes, a half an hour early. One, because I understand that mindset. And two, I like to know where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I like to know where I'm at. And like I'll walk around a place and I'll see landmarks. I'm like, if I have to get away, I'll do here. And then I kind of like doomsday prep. I'm like waiting for any natural disaster to happen. So I know I'm like, this bar has 3 or 4 exits, which I can get out of. It's like, and they also have pretty good specials. Like that's when I used to drink. I used to think about that all the time.
Yeah.
So you're early everywhere?
So your escape plan is external. You have external issues. I get there an hour early and I have these internal issues. I have an identity crisis before every show I do. So I'm there an hour early and I never see it coming. So
you never see the issues?
I never see it coming.
No.
It just happens.
What are the issues?
So today's issue was I was like, I'll put makeup on. And then I'm like, what am I doing? I don't wear makeup. So like, why am I deciding to start wearing makeup 45 minutes before I do a show?
Sure. Now, I would have I think whatever you're doing is great.
Yeah.
Whatever you got going on is great.
Thanks.
What I'm saying is if you showed up like wildly dolled up, I'd be like, what the fuck? I wouldn't hate it, but I'd also be like, yeah, she's really going for it.
Well,
she's really going hard.
It was going to be makeup with this outfit, with the hoodie.
That's even better. I mean? That's even better. Those are the best. That's the best combination.
Right.
Is dressed down but dolled up.
Yeah.
Fucking always so good.
Yeah, but I don't know how to wear makeup because I don't wear it. So I like tried it, and then it's all wrong because I don't know how to do it.
So wait, when you say you don't know how to wear makeup, I'm picturing you very almost like a retarded man taking lipstick like that. I'm a pretty girl.
I'm like the Joker before every show. Yeah.
That's great.
It's so there's like a lot of, and this is an hour before the show. And so I'm like, and it's all wrong. It looks okay.
Wait,
first.
What do you mean it's all wrong?
The makeup is all uneven, It's all uneven. It doesn't look right. It doesn't blend with my neck. All the professional things that women know how to do.
Oh. Look, I'm going to say some women know how to do.
Right, because
I've seen some women not blend anything on their face, and in my head, I don't understand makeup either.
Yeah.
I don't wear any. I don't like anytime I see a woman wearing it in my head, I'm just like, they're just doing whatever they do.
Right.
At no point in time am I ever going to be like, that's the wrong type of makeup. I don't know what the right type is. So I also, anytime I see chicks wearing, I never question what a woman's wearing either.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm like, that's just fashion.
Right.
Like, that's just fashion. Women are just doing fashion stuff. And I don't ever question it. I never am like, well, odd choice. I'm just like, sure, that's what they're doing in France now or some shit. I don't know what chicks do.
Right.
I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know how much time it takes. I don't get it. And,
I don't either. I thought that all these eyebrows were real. And I was like, what?
You thought eyebrows were? Come on.
I swear to God, I didn't know that women... I didn't know this until a month ago.
How long did you think Freddy Krueger was a real person? How long did you be like, wait, he's not a real dream demon? It's makeup and special effects.
I know. I'm so naive. But I didn't know that they were...
you thought like big arch...
Like the ones that are obvious I got, where I was like, oh, she shaved it off and threw it right the hell back on. But some of them are like drawn, but they look real.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going on. I thought I just had... I mean, my eyebrows are good, but like they do need a little bit of something. And so I didn't realize that women were because I'm like, why do my eyebrows fade at the...
I don't know.
I bet
it's because you have light colored hair.
Right.
And your eyebrows are the same color as your hair.
Right. And I'm Lithuanian and Irish, and that's what happens naturally. But women, I don't see that out in the natural world. So I thought I was balding in my eyebrows, So I didn't realize that women were like artistically
They doctor them up.
drawing in the little hair.
I know some women who also have tattooed eyebrows. And tattooed eyebrows and tattooed like mascara and shit.
Oh yeah, Carrot Top. I think has.
Yeah, he looks like the type of guy who does have that.
Yeah,
and that will also. Anytime I see Carrot Top wearing anything or with makeup, I'm never like, "What the hell is going on with that?" I'm always like, "That's just Carrot Top." You know, it's just I can't question him. He's one of those guys that like, he's kind of falls into the same realm as like Corey Feldman. Like, if I ever saw Corey Feldman dressed a certain way, at no point in time was I ever questioning what Corey Feldman was doing. I was never questioning what Prince was doing.
Right.
I was never questioning what Michael Jackson was doing. I just was like, oh, that's just who they are. That's just how they roll. And it's the same with chicks. A chick could be walking down the street wearing a trash bag with shit on her face.
Oh, my God.
And I would think the first thing, two things would come in my head. One, maybe she needs help. Second thing is, whoa, that is pretty. I bet that's popular somewhere.
That's on the cover of Cosmos.
Yeah, somewhere. Have you seen what people under 30 wear nowadays? It's fucking wild.
I do. I do see
fucking
it.
nuts.
The women, I mean, yeah, I do see it.
Yeah, we see it. And we're not judging you, per se, because I'm never going to tell anybody what they can and cannot do. But in my head, I'm like, oh, I see it and I just forget about it. Like, I just see weird objects around me constantly. Yeah. And like in my head, you know, I remember like girls I would date, they'd be like, what do you think is the most sexiest thing I could wear? Or like, what do you think is the most best thing? I was like, honestly, good pair of jeans and a t-shirt and sneakers.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
That and scrubs. I'm a big scrub dude. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you watch
huge scrub guy.
like the doctor nurse porn? Do you do that?
I've dabbled.
Okay.
Now, when you say doctor nurse porn, do you mean like doctor like goes in and is like, oh, I think that you're gonna need an examination, or do you mean the porn where it's dudes going in for a routine checkup and then it ends up being a hand job?
Well, my version is doctor porn. I meant doctor/nurse porn.
Oh, you mean naughty nurse?
I guess I don't know the term. I don't really watch porn, but I have seen porn where it's like a woman goes in for a checkup and then he's like banging her. It's hot. I like that.
So you like?
Yeah.
Now, would that be best case scenario for you for a doctor's visit? Are you saying if you went to a doctor, it's like, oh, I think I stubbed my toe and may have broken it? He's like, well, that's amazing. Maybe lose those pants a little bit.
Yeah, if he was hot, for sure.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Have you ever had any hot doctors?
Oh, yes, I have. I did. He had. This is so private. I had to. He had to look at my butthole.
Had to?
Yeah.
Or got to? Because it's like, because in my head it's like if a doctor was like, I have to look at your butthole, I'd be like, I don't think that's why I came in here. Did you go in for a butthole examination?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's different. Like if I went in and the doctor's like, okay, we're going to do some basic, like, lift your arms. We're going to check your heartbeat. And I want you to breathe. And also, let's see that butthole. I would kind of be a little apprehensive.
Oh, man, this is so, it wasn't like a sex thing. It wasn't an STD. It was like something happened where I had an itch and I scratched it and it spread. Like it wasn't a thing. It was just a little thing that needed like a little steroid cream. I don't want anybody to think I'm unclean.
Hey, man, you're talking to the king of unclean. I don't know if you watched the last episode, but I got fucking outed. And it's not like I don't hide what's going on with me. But you know what? I didn't need some dude just being like, oh, so you're VD. And I'm like, you motherfuck, dude. That was not what I was ready for at all. That's not what I was ready for. But so you had a rash on your butthole.
I had to. It was like very tiny. Just very
and then
tiny.
it just...
It spread just a little bit. And I went to my OBGYN first. And she was like, you might want to see a dermatologist for this. Because it's not in the butthole.
It's on the outside.
Beside the butthole.
So it was butthole adjacent is what you had. You had a butthole adjacent rash.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it was a rash because I feel like when you say rash, that's like disease stuff or something.
I think, okay.
It was like an infection.
That sounds like more of a disease.
Okay, it's worse. All right.
That's way worse.
Okay.
If someone's like, I have a little bit of a rash, you'd be like, oh, I know what rashes are. If someone's like, yo, I'm infected near my butthole, I'd be like, I don't want anything to do with that.
It was a speck of something.
Speck of infection. Speck of Infection. This is the End Podcast with Ryan Shaner. Thank you for joining us. I am here with the one and only Felicia Gillespie. Thank you so much for being on the show. Do you want to plug anything you're talking about?
Yeah, I want everybody to follow me on social media at A Felicia World. That's my account everywhere. I'm doing 2 shows at Other End Brewery in Brooklyn in September. So follow my thing. Come out. I'm going to try to get Joe List.
Whoa.
Close one of them. Yeah, I'm going for the big gun.
Now, I think a good way to do that is not to tell Joe that you have a possible infection.
Gone. It's not here anymore. This was years ago.
So how many years ago was this?
This is probably 5 years ago.
So you had 5 years ago, you had a speck of infection on your butthole.
No. Next to,
butthole adjacent. And then an OBGYN was like, yo, your butthole looking a little out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And then she was like, go to a doctor. So this hot doctor.
A dermatologist, yeah.
Hot dermatologist comes in. He's like, yo, need to see that.
Oh, my God. I had to tell him. He did, like, it was kind of porn-ish because he had to warm up. You can't just go straight from
Did he crack his knuckles?
No.
If I ever saw a doctor like, yo, we're going to have to check your butthole. Like, it just kind of, like, like number 17 today.
He did not. He started by checking all the rest of my skin first. That's how you dip your toe
That's
in,
foreplay
right?
for
It's
dermatology.
Foreplay, I guess. And I was so embarrassed because he was so good looking. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man. And he had some kind of Greek name. So I think he knew, because you have to write it on the form.
Oh,
so he knew what was going to come. And then...
You knew you were going to come?
No, he knew what was going to come.
Dude.
I wish that
I was like,
happened.
is this on your chart?
I mean,
your OGB1 is like, look, she might have a butthole adjacent rash, also a squirter, weirdly enough.
yeah,
And
when
he's
you're
like, check it off.
when you're paying out of pocket, you want as much service as you can
get it all. Get it all in.
So at that point, I guess I had to lie down, stomach down, and then he had to spread my butt cheeks.
Sure.
And look at it.
Now,
Yeah.
you know, I often think about if I was a doctor of any kind, how goofy would I morally be able to get? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm looking at someone's butthole, like, I think I am afforded a little bit of goofiness. You know what I mean? Like, if you were laying down on a bed, like on a, like, you know, or what is it called? An examination table, and like your butthole is spread, I think it'd be funny if I just like grabbed a microscope or like a telescope or something and was like, I gotta check this out. Or like something goofy.
I think you would definitely have to be the type of personality that could pull that off, for sure.
Yeah.
Something immoral.
Well, now, was this guy all brass tacks, all business?
He was, but something immoral did happen. Yeah.
What?
Well, okay, so you could tell that it was like one of those things where people are trying to not laugh. I think he was the only one in the room.
Well,
right?
that's good. You don't want a fucking audience. You know what would be funny is if here's where you get goofy. You bring in 4 other people and you make them wear ponchos like it's Gallagher. You're like, look, we've had situations before where things do erupt, and, you know, I'm going to be bogging around down there.
Now that I think of it, there was a female nurse, I guess, in the room, which is better. You can't, because imagine if it was just him. That's.
I think they're legally required to do that.
To have a female nurse.
If you're a male doctor looking at a chick's butthole, you have to have someone backing you up.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you would say like, yo, he did this or that. I'm just saying it's always good to have someone like, I ask her. I was all business. I was not doing anything wrong. I did not spit on my fingers. I didn't.
That's a good point.
That would be, you don't want that. You probably got to have backup. He's covering his bases. That's a good doctor.
Yeah.
That's a good doctor.
It was so embarrassing that I had to do that, but also so then when it was like very quick, and then he told me what to do. He was like, we're just gonna give you some like steroid cream, which is gonna knock it out really quick. He's like, this is just a snowball situation. If you let it go, if you let it go, it's gonna spread.
Mr. Gillespie, your butthole is gonna run away with itself if you don't do something now. That is very doctorly. So wait, what was the thing that got Immoral. What was
So when I left, as soon as I left the room, they all started laughing.
Oh.
That's immoral to me. That's like that. It's like a fraction of that one time where that guy, I don't know, something happened. He was under anesthesia and they
were all laughing at his wiener.
cracking jokes or something like that. Telling it, like calling him fat, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd rather be called fat. If that would suck if I was like under the knife and like I almost borderline sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Like you can still hear everybody.
Yeah.
And you're just like kind of being operated and like, look at that guy's dick.
Yeah.
He's got weird balls. What's wrong with his balls?
I feel like they should have waited until I left the building at least.
Oh, wait. As soon as the door was like closing, they were
yes.
like, oh my God.
Yeah. Like not laughing at the speck of infection.
They were just laughing at your butthole?
Laughing at the fact that this happened.
Yeah, I guess you gotta,
But you can't hold it in just a couple.
No.
Let me pay. And then
Yeah, I mean, that was unprofessional.
That's unprofessional.
I mean, it'd be different. Like, now it's like if you heard them say, like, man, that was a butthole. Like, if he said something like, did you see anybody catch that? I swear to God, that had a tooth in it. Like, what was up with that?
I didn't hear anything like that.
No, that's good.
Thank God.
That is great. But that's, I've never had anybody examine my butthole. And like, I'm getting older. I'm probably going to need a prostate exam at some point.
Yeah.
In time. Don't tell me what I need.
I'm sorry.
Don't tell me what I need. And if I do get a prostate exam, I'm going to ask Danny to do it because he's the only one I trust. You're gonna
got you, bud.
Yo, you gotta, dude. If I came to you very candidly, I was like, yo, man, I think there's something wrong with my butthole. Will you look at my butthole?
Yeah, I'd give it a game.
Oh, man.
That's so much better than having to go to a dermatologist.
I guess. But Danny knows nothing of dermatology. He's not even a doctor. Now, at that point in time, if I went to a doctor later, it's like, yeah, I have my boy look at my butthole. He'd be like, why? He'd probably be like, you are out of your mind.
I've seen buttholes before, so I'll know if something was out of place.
Everybody knows. Look, I can't. I've seen, the whole gamut of buttholes. I've seen good ones. I've seen bad ones.
Yeah.
I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
But what I will say is like, I guess I could tell if something was like, yo, that's probably not a normal thing.
Yeah.
But I've also seen buttholes that are like, they're almost like whale tails. Like they're all distinct in a way.
Oh.
Like if you saw a butthole and then years later, like, oh, that's that butthole from 1985 popping out of the water. It's like, there it is. I know that butthole anywhere.
My situation was, it was so small, it just was itching. And I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, you can't be digging in your ass.
No, you can't. And it's nothing helped. And so I could look at it myself, but I was like, it just looks like a little mark. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. And they said it was a speck of infection.
Speck of infection.
And you just put some steroid cream on it. Mm-hmm. And then it went away.
It did. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So now you're infection-free, butthole adjacent.
That was 5 years ago. I still have that steroid cream. It works on everything, turns out. Yeah.
So every speck of infection, you're like, just put I don't know what this is. This is a cure-all.
Dude, it cost $350.
What?
Yeah. $350.
Dude, if I'm paying for steroid cream and I'm putting on it, I would figure anything I put it on would get jacked. Like steroid cream, I would want the most jacked, swole butthole. Like I'd be like, yo, someone put a piece of iron in my butt. I'm going to bend it. You better watch out. My butt is like the fucking world's strongest butthole ever. God.
What if the infection just gets jacked?
Yeah, that would suck. That would be also, every time I've ever been to a doctor and they've like prescribed me something that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
I'm in my head hoping that it is so experimental that I get a wild side effect.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like something that like, oh yeah, it could cause this. It only happens in 1 out of 6 billion people. But like if I, rubbed a steroid cream on me and like for some reason I could like move things with my mind every now and again, I'd be like, yeah, it's a wild side effect.
That'd be amazing.
I would be pumped. I think that's what we want. Cause like I think we glorify like X-Men movies now so much. Mm-hmm. I think everybody wants to be sort of a mutant. But like I've talked about it before because I've asked people like if you could have any mutant power, what would you want?
Mine would just be invisibility.
You're a creep.
Probably.
Right then and there. Anybody who says invisibility is a creep.
Okay.
Because what would you do with the invisibility?
see what people are saying about me behind my back.
All right, you're a paranoid creep is what you are.
Exactly.
That's not what I would do with invisibility at all. Guys are way different. If a guy tells you that he's like, oh, I want to be invisible, I'm like, you should be monitored. Because you know what? An invisible guy be like, yo, I'm going to a doctor's office. I saw a chick who might have a speck of infection on her butthole. I'm trying to get me an eyeful. That's what an invisible dude would do. You don't want invisible dudes, and dudes are too creepy to be invisible. That's why, like, I think, I don't know if this is true or not, but when they were developing the Fantastic Four, Sue Storm, her power was actually supposed to be the Human Torch.
Okay.
She was supposed to be the Flame On. Johnny Storm was supposed to be invisible. And people were like, that's a bad combination. A dude being invisible is because like Johnny Storm was like a young guy who was like a cocksure idiot and always trying to impress women. And he was like, yeah, I'm like this and that, and I'm cool and I'm rad. If that guy had invisibility, we would have a big problem.
Yeah.
That guy's like, yeah, it's crazy. I go to movies sometimes and I put my dick in people's mouths. I just go to the movie theater and I wait for them to like, sit back and I just put my dick in their mouths. That's no bueno.
Although if I was dating somebody who had that,
the invisibility,
yeah, that would be so hot.
That also sounds creepy. So I gotta be honest with you, you're fucking just outing yourself. So okay, I'm assuming it's because you want to get banged by an invisible man.
I mean, I don't want it to just start happening, you know what I mean? But it could be like a little thing, like if I hear something in the corner of the room, I go, was that just the house settling, or was this a possible rape ghost? Or is that
I didn't know.
The guy I'm seeing
who will just somehow, without my consent.
No, here's how you play it though. You listen and then you take that risk and go, well, maybe he's here. And then you start like, touching yourself. You start getting naked or whatever. And if that is him, then he can make other noises. And then you work your way up to sex. So it's not just like this.
Okay, so you have this whole foreplay thing.
It would be so amazing.
Yeah, I guess that sounds pretty hot. But again, I also would be... So the thing is with invisibility, at least in my head when I think about this, is if say I had a significant other and she was like, yo, I can become invisible. I found out that I can do that. I'd be like, whoa, sick. But then say I'm getting blown by an invisible, what I assume is a lady.
Yeah.
The thing in my head would be like, yo, you better become visible real quick so I can just tell that it's you.
In case.
Because if it was you know what I'm saying? Because if one person's a mutant, everybody can be a mutant.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
The last thing you need is like somebody finds like, oh, he's got an invisible girlfriend. I can actually become invisible. I'm going to fucking get this guy.
Oh, man. But if it was like a different chick who was a mutant,
I would also, that's the last thing I need. Do you know what kind of fucking... I would have to be like, baby, I swear to God, I didn't know there's only like 3 invisible people on the planet, Ryan. And you didn't know it was me? You can't tell my mouth from her mouth? Ugh. Fuck that. I've been in that situation. Not even in the fucking invisible... No, not in the invisible situation. Fuck that. Years ago. And I remember being like, I need an adult. I was dating this chick. We had been together for like, at that point, 5 years. And we were at the King of Prussia Mall. And we were going in it. We would split up and she'd go into a store and then we meet up. We were just doing this serpentine pattern of bullshit. And then I saw her go in to a fucking Pacific Sunwear. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, and I started walking across to go in and I'm looking at stupid shit. And then I turn and I see her looking at shoes and I go over and just full open palm slap her ass. And then I kind of put my arms on her shoulders. And as soon as I do, this chick turns around who's not my girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Not her at all.
Oh my God.
And she's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh my God. And I did this thing. I'm like, oh, no. I almost made myself look worse because calm down. Yeah. Shut up. Shut the hell up. I was like, oh, no. I said, no, you look just like my girlfriend. I swear to God, you look just like my girlfriend from behind. She's like, oh, yeah. Really? Oh, I do? Yeah. Okay. Wow. And I was like, no. I was like, Jen. And then Jen came over, and when the girl saw Jen walking over, you could see in her head, she's like, oh, shit.
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, look at the two of you.
Yeah.
You're both wearing pretty much the same exact fucking thing. I was like, your hair is both, they had like, not pigtails, but like braids on either side. I'm like, you are both the same thing. You're both brunettes, and you're both the same height. I was like, someone's got to back me up on this.
Yeah.
Someone's got to help me. And then luckily came to my aid the most unlikely person. Her mom. She and I never got along. We were like always kind of button heads. It was a very like the whole like mother-in-law thing, like fucking lady. I was like, where's Lady at? I was like, where the fuck are you? I'm like, Linda, get over here. And she was like, what's going on? And I was like, tell me right now. And I was like, stand back, like turn around and face the wall. I was like, which one's your daughter? Which one? She's like, what is happening? I was like, I slapped this chick's ass. And she was like, what? And I was like, she looked just, I'm like, and then like a crowd is starting to be like, what is happening in this Pacific Sunwear? And eventually, like, I apologized, and she was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'm like, and then Jim was like, who was that? And I was like, what the fuck do you mean, who was that?
Oh, man.
I thought it was you.
Wasn't she standing there the whole time?
Yeah, well, no, she was on the other, like, side of the store. Like,
Okay,
I, like,
gotcha.
came, I was like, oh, there's my bag. Let me just fucking wallop on that dump.
Well, that is the best person to come to your aid, because it's like, I gave birth to this person.
Yeah, it was kind of like, she was like, you can tell how I made this mistake. And I was like, I'm dumb. I'm stupid. Like, I'm a stupid dude. Please fucking help me. I'm so retarded.
Now, if the mom wasn't there, you would have had to take the chick's picture.
I seriously would have had to just be like, fuck me. And then it would have been like me apologizing to fucking, I don't even know her fucking name. Me apologizing to this chick. And then me convincing my girlfriend that like I can tell her ass apart from other fucking women. Which I couldn't at the time. They both looked good. I was like, yeah, damn, dude, fucking, yo, matching cakes. Maybe this, and like part of me also, because I'm a stupid dude, I was like, maybe this will work out in my favor. Maybe this chick, she's a single chick. She's lonely. She felt the fucking power and like sensual fucking back hug. She felt safe.
You're right. If she breaks up with you, you're now.
No, I thought it was going to be like them getting together. I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
Either way, it's great.
I don't know if it would. No, I don't know.
The win-win-win.
Yeah, maybe. But I also know the chick I was dating at the time would have never gone for that.
Okay.
Like I am losing my. I'm like, yo, dude, fucking. What if I hit the lottery right now? But I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking, and what an awkward drive home too.
Really?
Oh my God, dude. Like, you want to talk about someone who like couldn't win?
Yeah.
It was me. And like we got home and like we're sitting there and like she was doing that thing too. Like I was sitting on the couch and somehow the couch is 80 feet long and she's like on the other end, just like so removed. And I'm like, baby, what's up? And she's like, nothing. I'm like, are you mad? She's like, why would I be mad? I'm like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I can see that's how that situation plays out, because in my mind, I would be like, you didn't even check. You didn't even wait to check. Like in my mind, because I am a little bit sort of paranoid, but I've been through a lot of shit.
Yeah, you said you'd be invisible to hear people talking shit about you.
I've been through real shit, but like I would imagine, why is this guy I'm seeing, like
why is this guy slapping my ass in public and hugging me?
No, not that. That wouldn't be a problem. It would be, why didn't he or he knew that wasn't me, but he thought
I didn't know it wasn't her. I didn't know it was.
I know, but in my paranoid mind, the argument would be, you knew that wasn't me.
Yeah, this is. See, but you see how much my brain was like, like
you knew that wasn't me.
Every man in my brain was pulling levers like, it's not logical, Shader, just let it go. Like there were whistles going off. People were like, we don't know what this is. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not the biggest PDA guy, but like if I'm dating someone, one thing that like I don't care who you are. If I'm dating you and you're my girlfriend, your butt is getting groped.
That's awesome.
It's got like there's nothing you can do about it either. I'm a butt dude.
Yeah.
Butt in my face all day. Check it off. I'm about to become a dermatologist for that reason. I'm about to go back to school.
That's awesome. When I date guys, I'll go up to if we're in a store or something in public, and I'll grab, their
that's
crotch.
fucking great.
It's so much fun.
I'm never not against that. There's only one time where I have been, where I was like, don't do that. And that was when I was in the middle of, like, so every now and again, and I've been kicked out of several 7-Elevens because of it. I would, back when I was drinking, I would like, if a 7-Eleven Slurpee machine had like a really good flavor, I would take a flask and I would pour liquor into the cup and then I'd pull the Slurpee and like, just fucking fuck it up. And the last time I was making a pina colada, so I had rum in a flask and I was like dumping it into the Slurpee machine while pulling the guy thing, and the guy was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh," I'm like almost like, "I didn't know I couldn't do that. I'm so sorry." He's like, "Get the fuck out of here." I was like, "I'm gonna pay for it." He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna fucking pay for it, and then you're never gonna come back in here." I was like, "As long as you don't call the cops, I don't give a fuck." But there was one time I was doing that, and I was trying to be slick, and she came up and she grabbed my hog and she like did the thing where it was like a full, like she got under the balls and like kind of like, so she did that. And when she did that, her arm hit my arm and my flask fell on the floor. And it was just like this bing, ding, ding, ding. And it was just like, now everyone's looking over at these two fucking retards, one of which is breaking open container laws and trying to steal.
And she still
idiot.
has her hand around your balls.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, that's hot. I was like, yeah, baby, grab my balls all the time. There was one time I was in a park and a chick bit my dick, and I didn't even hate that.
Well, explain that.
What do you mean?
Like, how does it, because I was assuming everybody was clothed. And it was daylight.
I was clothed, and it was daylight. Broad
Okay,
daylight.
well, then I need more explanation.
We were laying in the park, and I was laying back like
on
a
the ground.
fucking blanket on the ground.
Okay.
And she was like, I don't know what the fuck she was doing, but she was like, every now and again, she would just bite my leg. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Through the pants.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is also hot.
Yes.
So like she was just biting my leg and I was like, whatever. And then she bit here. I was like, what are you doing? And then she like she was in a pie eating contest. Was like, wow. And I was like, ah. And I kind of
that's
made a noise, but like other people on blankets were like, what's going on over there? But to get her back because she did it, I made a noise, but then I held her head there, and I was like, oh. And I was like, hey, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I was like,
now, if you were wearing denim, she probably thought, like, this has to be a little harder to have the...
Yeah, every chick does not know their mouth strength when they're biting dong. I think that's a fucking...
I've never bit a dick.
You've never bit a dick?
No, why would you?
High five, dude. Why would you? Because some chicks are like, yo, I think he might like it. Isn't that kinky?
No.
I mean, I've had some teethy beaches, like where chicks like don't know what to do with those chompers in their fucking face.
I've heard that happens. I don't get it. I don't know how that happens.
It's because some chicks don't know.
They're going too fast. Is that what it
It's a
is?
different thing. Some chicks you can also tell, which also puts me in a weird position. Like there have been times I've gotten blowjobs where I'm like, oh, this might be your first time ever sucking a dick.
Ooh.
In my head, I'm like, you, and then I'm like, how? I need to see some ID.
Oh.
Like, I'm like, wait a minute. What's going on here? Like, you are so inexperienced where I'm like, or, there's over enthusiasm.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's not and then there, so like some people don't know what to do.
Once you see the ID and it's like, it is 18 and up or whatever, you go, oh, it's now the training begins.
Yeah.
You get to teach her.
I'm like a sensei. I'm like, you need to stop. When you can snatch this dick from my hands, you will be able to master the balls. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a chick also like bite one of my balls once, which was also fucking wild.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Who are these chicks? Where do you meet them?
All over the place.
Tattoo shops. I feel like
No. I've only met one chick in a tattoo shop, and she was also like one of the most reserved people I've ever met in my life.
Okay.
But there's also another thing chicks do that I think chicks think they like, or that that dudes like.
Yeah.
Is like one time a chick was sucking my balls, but she separated, like she just sucked on one ball.
Yeah.
Like, so my ball was being like stretched in my sack.
Oh.
And she was like, it was almost like when you see like a vacuum cleaner get hold of something, and it was just like, when a sock is in it and you're like, I gotta get that sock.
That's terrible.
And it was like, it looked hot. I wish I had a picture of it. Like, I would have taken a picture of it and be like, yo, look at my ball being stretched, y'all. But it was like, you're kind of like, all right, stop.
These ladies you're with are pushing the boundaries.
I think it's because they're just like, yo, let's just have some fun and some good times, which I'm all about. But it's also like, yo, dude, not everything's great. Danny, you ever had one ball sucked?
No, thank God.
Yeah, dude.
Sounds horrible.
It's not the coolest.
You can do it, but you can't separate them off.
Well,
you
it was
can't
like
pull them apart.
I wish I had. You know what we need? I need to build a model, dude. I need to build a model that I could just bring out at any time. That would be so great.
Perfect addition to the studio.
Oh, dude, just like, yo, what is that? It's like, so when Shaner's explaining how his ball was sucked, it's like, look, nobody gets it unless they see it. It's like fucking.
I get what you're saying. It sounds painful.
It's not the greatest.
Yeah.
But that's like also like, in my head, if I was ever going down on a chick, at no point in my lexicon of thought, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get on one side of the lips and I'm just going to suck to a point.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Oof.
that
No.
sounds crazy.
Yeah. You can't.
Doesn't that sound crazy? Doesn't that
Also-
sound uncomfortable?
It does, and you can't do that once stuff's already started. You got to do that in like the foreplay section. If you're messing around and playing around, you can't be like all the way horny yet. You know what I mean? Because then if you stop and start, like if she did that in the middle of the sex has started,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's kind of, because you know what kills a boner real fast? Pain.
yes.
Pain like, dude, it's fucking wild stuff. We got messages to listen to. I hope you're
Let's do
fucking
it.
ready. Sorry, Danny, I delayed that, talking about my fucking balls being stretched. My bad.
What's up, Shaner and guest? If you're a girl, what's up? If you're a dude, what's up, dude? Anyhow, I know we're allowed to do anything on this line, and everybody calls in for their grievances, but mostly just drunk nonsense. Occasionally you get a super rad dragonfly guy that might also be a serial killer. Let's just hey, shout out dragonfly guy.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like, you fucking rule, but man, dude, you might have some skeletons in your closet, homie. But anyhow, everybody calls up like asking advice and shit, but nobody ever asks, hey Shannon, how the fuck are you doing, pal?
Oh, wow. That's
How
so
you
nice.
doing over there, champ? Hey, stand up, high five your guest, give each other a meaningful hug. Dubs, Danny, get your ass over here. Triple hug. You guys all doing good? Nobody ever asks how the fuck your guys are doing. I've had a few drinks, and you guys make me happy. So, fuck it, dude. I'm sorry I call you when I shouldn't call people when I drink, but you know, God damn it, when I get flooded with love watching you on the YouTubes, I'm like, oh shit, I got this dude's number in my phone and I can call right now. But hey, how you doing, Shannon? You doing all right over there, champ? Guess, how the fuck are you? You doing all right? Just do some push-ups and get some pussy or dick, depending on your preference. And I love all you motherfuckers. And once again, Dragonfly guy, you rule, dude. Just want to make friends with you, just in case something takes a drastic turn. All right, loves you.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice.
That was
dude-
so
that
nice
dude
and
rules.
refreshing.
Yeah, that was awesome. I also really
Hold
appreciate.
back every time you drink. from
Yeah,
now
dude.
on.
I also appreciate, like, if it's a dude, what's up? If it's a lady, what's up? I was like, hell yeah, dude. That was the best. He's like, come on, dude, what's up? That was man. So how am I doing? You know, I'm getting by. I'm getting by as best as I possibly can. You know, it's been real humid here. It's been real hot here. You know, just trying to get by. Danny, how are you doing? You doing all right?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, I have so much going on.
So much. Danny, and you're killing it, by the way. You're doing a great
Thank
job.
you.
Thank you for everything you do. I don't know if anybody says that enough. I don't know. Well, there's no. I like to call you sometime. I love you. You know. I just want to let you know that everything you do is. You know. Thank you. I just want to tell you that, man, I was thinking about you. I had your number, and I was like, what's he doing? You know, I love you, dude. I love everybody. And how are you doing?
I'm on an upswing. I'm doing very well.
Upswing?
Yep, upswing.
From the downswing?
From the downswing.
So what was the downswing?
Oh, just shit, bullshit. Just some bullshit going on.
Yeah.
That bullshit creep
It's
up on you.
the worst type of shit is the bullshit. I hate that shit. God damn it. That was a very nice and endearing message.
But, guy, you rule.
Yeah, that was
Call in
awesome.
more often.
Yeah, get wasted and call it. But also, you know what's the worst part is like every time I'd be like, yo, get wasted. I'm going to put a disclaimer. Don't hurt yourself. Do not do anything too stupid. Yo, I appreciate the calls. Disclaimer. Don't do anything I would do ever at any time ever.
Also, circling back the Dragonfly guy, we need updates from that guy all the time.
All the time. I don't know why we don't have more. Yeah, dude. Repeat callers, please get in on it. I appreciate every person who calls. It is very great. And if you don't know the number, 833-443-5300, please call anytime. We got one more message?
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Oh, man.
Hey, what's going on, Rye? Puerto Rican pig farmer here again. Well, she stabbed me. And it wasn't because I fucked my ex. Or anybody for that matter. I think it's just within typical Puerto Rican fashion, she got angry and stabby.
Typical.
So, financially speaking, I really can't, go anywhere other than my ex's house. And due to prior advice, I think that might be a bad idea. So do I just continue to super glue the stab wound shut and stay with my very bitchy, stabby Puerto Rican pig? Do I leave? I mean, we all get stabby every once in a while. I mean, that's life, right? But, let me hear what you think. I hope shit's well with you. Just make sure you don't have anything sharper than a hard-boiled egg in your home when living with a Puerto Rican, because they will find a way. All right, guys. Take her easy.
Felicia, have you ever been stabbed?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever stabbed anybody?
No.
What?
I think that the thought of it is gross to me.
The thought of stabbing is gross?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like we're just water balloons walking around filled with blood, So if you stab somebody, it's
So I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. However, what I will also say, look, I'm not saying I can't tell you what happened or didn't happen, but as a person who has cut somebody before, I'm pretty sure she just slashed you. If you were stabbed, you'd be in a world of shit. I mean, if she fucking puncture wounds suck a lot. And having seen stab wounds before, it is fucking gnarly. And I think if you were stabbed, you wouldn't be calling me. You'd be.
I've been stabbed.
How hard were you stabbed?
So, the most embarrassing part of it. So, I was coming home from school, junior year. Younger kid comes up to me and was like, "Let's run those pockets. Let me get your cell phone." He saw that I had a cell phone, and he was a tiny guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, nah." And then he pulled out
First mistake.
a Swiss Army knife. And then I laughed even harder.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. And I kind of mugged him. And he started swinging that thing feverishly.
Yeah, dude.
We get into a little bit of a tumble. He sharpened the fuck out of that thing. It sank right into my thigh. I faint immediately. I thought I passed out from blood loss, but
No, it's
apparently
just
the
shock.
doctor was like, nah, you don't
you
lose
just-
that much blood.
If you one of these doctors like, you're a stab pussy. It happens. It only affects a certain amount of people.
Well, the worst part is, since it's a flimsy blade and he sharpened it so
Yeah.
much,
Did it break?
they had to cut a bigger hole. So it
Yeah.
looks like a bullet wound on my thigh.
Sick.
They had to cut around it and dig all the scraps out of it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
But blessing in disguise, I didn't have to go most of my senior year of high school. Wow. Yeah.
Pretty sick.
People thought the stab wound was way worse than it was, that I played it up.
Yo, that's fucking smart as hell.
Yeah, I got to
God.
miss like 4 months of school
Yo, what? For a stab wound?
for a stab wound.
That's awesome. I don't think I've ever missed school for like an injury. I don't think I was. My mom would not allow that. Even if I was stabbed, my mom would be like, "Yo, you're going to school in 2
Well,
days."
I played it up for my granny.
Yeah, I mean,
was like, "Oh, I
yeah, but
can
you were
barely
living,
walk."
you were living with your grandmother. I think a grandma has like a certain level of being like, well, you know, it is a stab wound. Maybe it is crazy. If my mom, I would have to be on fire currently, in the moment to get out of school. My mom would be like, well, you're not on fire now. What are those 2nd-degree burns, Ryan? You need to get to school. It's fine. You'll be fine. She wouldn't give a shit. My mom was a hard ass with that stuff. And even when I I had a bit of infection, not on my butthole, but I had it on my knee because I fell on a pallet, like a wooden pallet, and I got splinters in my knee that I had to like pull out and remove, and they were like big and gross,
Wow.
and they got infected. And even then, it was like, get your ass to school.
Yeah.
Because that was the only place my mom knew I would not be doing too many stupid things. I think that's why my mom wanted me in schools, because it was the only place where my mom was like, well, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
But it also taught you not to be a pussy, right?
What, going to school with all my injuries?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it didn't teach me how to be a pussy. It forced me not to be. It wasn't teaching. It was like, fuck, I'm really hurt. My mom's like, get your ass there and learn algebra. Learn stuff. It's like, even though I also know, like, I'm looking back at like school now and it's such a fucking powder keg of craziness with all the shootings and everything. Even if my school had a mass shooting, my mom would be like, well, they're not doing it today. You better get there. What are you talking about? It's not going to happen again, Ryan. Ryan, how many people died? Only 5. Oh, my God. They're going to be out of school. Jesus Christ. We'll get a gun. Get a gun,
Oh,
Ryan. I
man.
don't know.
She's raising a soldier.
She just wanted to know. It was more like, I work 3rd shift, Ryan. I am tired. I cannot take care of you, you retard. Get out of the fucking way. Jesus Christ. It was very, she knew in school there was like less of a chance of me to be in the woods.
Yeah.
You know, I was a woods kid.
Getting your dick chomped off.
Get my dick. Yeah. That's right. If I went to school, I was like, Mom, this chick sucked my ball off my body. She's like, well, that just happens sometimes. Ryan, what happened? I have to go to fucking the doctor, Mom. I have a bit of infection on my butthole. My ball was almost sucked off of my body. What's happening there? And then I would just have to go back to school. Like there'd be no way to stop it. But all right. Do I think final summation, I think you should stop seeing this Puerto Rican lady. I don't know. I've never
But then where's he going to go?
yeah,
You know?
you know what? Where's he going to go? Now, he's never addressed, or at least I don't remember, if she's, well, clearly living at this place.
Yeah.
Is it her place or is it his place? If it's his place, you know,
I mean, he might need to split that rent.
yeah, I mean, that is true. But how many, like, I think if someone stabs you when you're awake, there is a 50% chance they're going to stab you when you're sleeping.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
All
I
right,
do.
so call in weekly so we know you're
Yeah,
still
so
alive.
yeah, I mean we need to know if you're still going to survive. And like hopefully parts of me wishes like the next time I hear a phone call from him, there are sirens in the background and she's like, get off the phone. Put your hands up and get off the phone. It's like, I gotta go, dude. Thank you so much. I love the show, dude. Fuck. That would be fucking sick. So you've never stabbed anybody?
No. I've also been told that if you stab somebody, it's just a bad idea because then the blood will get on the knife and then your hand will slip from the handle to the blade. You'll cut
then you'll cut yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that also depends. You know, that also depends if that's your aim. You know what I mean?
If that's my aim. It's
So
just-
say you have hepatitis C.
right. Right. I'm
Look,
trying
man,
to give somebody AIDS.
I'm trying to get wild here. It's kind of like, yo, man, I could stab you and my hand could slip and then you're in a world of shit.
Wow, what a threat.
Yeah, I know.
That's amazing.
It's kind of like if I ever went to prison, I would get a tattoo I would get a tramp stamp that says free Hep C.
Oh my God.
And then some idiots would think that Hep C is like a local rapper or something. And they'd be like, yo, Hep C. I'm like, yo, free him, dude. He's locked up for the wrong reasons. Also, do not eat my butt. Do not put your dick anywhere near my butt. I have hepatitis C. You do not want that shit. But again, I think lifers in prison don't give a fuck. If you're going to get butt raped in prison, it's probably from somebody who's, in there for life. I don't know.
Yeah.
Never been to prison.
Me neither.
Been to jail, but not prison. Prison is, I can only assume, very different. Jail sucks, but it's not. There was no threat of rape in jail. There was no rape threat. I didn't feel butt threatened at all in jail.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It was like it's like hanging with your boys you don't like.
Yeah.
It's like it's like hanging. It's like, yeah, that guy could be my friend, but I hate that dude. Yeah, that guy sucks, but he might be cool. I don't know. I don't want to talk to anybody here. You just are very quiet. It was the most quiet I was for 5 days.
Okay.
It was like the most quiet I think I've ever been in my life. And I was just like, this sucks. And like I had that thing in my head where like if I just do the whole like stern expression, people will leave me alone. But everyone's just like, what's this about?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, dude?
We're all in the same
It's
boat.
like, fuck, no, everyone's retarded here. Everyone is retarded in jail. There's not one person I think I met while I was there where you didn't think like, wow, you're a real, you're just, this is the wrong place for you.
Yeah.
You try hard enough, what you need to do, go back to school, dude. You're surrounded by retards. And even if you think you're the smartest person there, you're not. Because you're also in jail.
Yeah, yeah.
You could be like, yo, dude, I'm smarter than everyone in here. And they're like, no, I'm still popped for multiple DUIs. I'm dumb as fuck. I feel real stupid. There was only one time where anything that ever came out of anybody's mouth made sense. And I remember then I felt even worse. Oh. So I was explaining to somebody what I had done. And I was like, I got 2 DUIs in 1 week. And then like the second one, I drove into a house and like all this shit. And this guy who was like a very quiet, reserved man, he's like, well, why didn't you just run away? I was like, what? He's like, well, when you crash in the house, man, why didn't you just like run away? You said, and it was true. When I crashed in the house, it wasn't like, it was a very, like there was no street lights. It was a back road. There was no one around. Mm-hmm. I was with my buddy, and we were by ourselves trying to get my car diagonally out of a porch for like a good fucking 40 minutes. Like I thought I was like, I can get this out of here and we can like I thought I was going to be able to like leave. But it was impossible. And he's like, yeah, you should have ran away from the crime scene. I was like, yeah, but then I would have get popped for fleeing the scene of an accident. He's like, all right. Well, how far was your because I told him I was like on my way to my buddy's house. He's like, how far away was your buddy's house? I was like, I don't know, like 6 blocks. He's like, all right. Well, if you left the scene and went to your buddy's house, and then the next morning they're going to run your plates, they're going to do all that shit, they're going to find out where you live, but you're not there. So basically, it just looks like you drove into a house and then you left. I was like, uh-huh. He's like, and then in the morning, whenever they do find you, you won't blow over the limit. You'll just get popped for fleeing the scene of an accident. Yeah, that's a big thing, but if you already had 1 DUI, you wouldn't get popped for multiple DUIs, and you definitely wouldn't have been in jail.
You're right in the fact that obviously you weren't the smartest in jail.
No.
I was a little bit smarter than you.
Yeah.
But you were both dumb in the fact that you wake up the next day and you report your car stolen.
Touche. Thank you, Danny.
Idiot.
I'm pretty stupid. I was 20 years old. I wasn't thinking like this. Fuck, yeah. Now I know. And knowing's half the battle. But I can't get a 3rd DUI. I will go to big boy prison.
You weren't raised by a bunch of criminals.
No, I was raised by people who just were drunks. The only criminal in my family was my fucking Uncle John. And I'm pretty sure if I had called him, he'd be like, yo, dude, get out of there now. Tell someone that they stole your car. I was like, yeah, I should have called him, but I didn't think about it. But yeah, it was like, it wasn't until like I was telling me, he's like, yeah, you wouldn't have gotten charged with a DUI. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it is good to have some criminals in your social circle.
I mean, the only thing, like, again, my Uncle John was just like, he did hate the police. And he did have a very bad, always had bad interactions with them. But one time I did call him when a party was getting busted up. And you would have thought the mayor showed up. He showed up and he was shaking every cop's hand. He was like, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. He's like, oh, that's my nephew. He's come with me. I'm taking, custody. It's like, I'm going to get him out of here. And it's like, he was just like, he's like, you say thank you to all these fucking men. You say thank you. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. And then we got in the car and with the windows down. Keep in mind, it was like, he thought the car was like a bubble. Like no one could hear him. We get in the car. He like lights up. He's like, you fucking faggot ass cops. He's like, you're fucking gay. I was like, what are you doing?
My Uncle Steve in the 90s got his lawyer's number tattooed on his wrist.
Hot as hell. That's awesome.
Those were the type of people raising me.
That's a sick fucking move. That's a baller move. Do you have any tattoos?
I don't.
Me neither. I'm tattooless.
I was thinking about getting one though. I'm not going to tell you what. but I
No.
was thinking about-
No.
What? I have to tell you what?
Yeah.
Oh,
What were you
going
going to? No.
I really can't. But
Where were you going to get it? And let me try and guess.
Oh, where?
Yeah. Where were you going to get
I'm
it?
not
Let me try and
sure.
guess.
Okay. Where?
Where were you going to get it on your body?
I hadn't even thought about that yet. But first instinct is on that, like the area, hip. Yeah.
So top of the hip.
Yeah.
Now you don't seem like a paw print lady.
No.
You-
You'll never guess.
I guess I.
Oh, maybe you. I won't be specific, but I could tell you.
Now
I know.
another like a hot hip tattoo is a gun. Like when chicks have the gun tattooed on their hip, is it pretty hot?
I haven't seen that. That sounds cool.
Also saw a chick with a dagger tattooed on her hip.
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty good. But you're not that.
No,
You're not that. You're not that. I'm trying to
And
think.
it's probably just like a phase that I'm going through.
Oh, so this is even dumber.
Yeah, it's dumb.
So now if it's a phase, why not?
because the phase ends.
Yeah,
and the
well
tattoo
then it will
stays.
probably end. So what is it? Come on, now you're killing me.
It's initials.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
MR.
No. I mean,
I was saying for Michael Richards.
Maya Rudolph.
Someone would see it and be like, "What?" Then you're like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then you just be like, you can just go off, and it's like, "Nah, dude, memorial tat." So MR, all right. And
Yeah.
this is a phase.
Yeah, but which is why I'm not going to do it. But
Is this a celebrity or
I
someone?
don't. Maybe it's not a phase. It's like when you're in the phase, you don't know if it's a phase or not. Maybe it won't ever end, but who knows?
Now, is this a thing or a person? The initials.
Oh, a person. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a possible phase
Yeah.
with a person
Right.
that you might get tattooed on the upper hip part of your body.
But it's like, but then you don't want it. You don't want that. You can't have that. I'm not doing it, but you're.
I don't know.
Wow, that face is pretty convincing.
It sounds like you're like kicking it back and forth pretty hard.
but-
Now you're just gonna get initials. You're not gonna get it with anything else. Just the initials.
And I'm thinking the three initials.
Oh my God! You're gonna get the first, middle, and last.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. And that's vague enough to where you could like make something up and say, oh, that stands for this.
Or I mean, it just sounds like a weird memorial tattoo, but an even weirder placement. He's like, yeah, it's my pup up.
It's got to be in like a sexy place, though, right?
I mean, I don't
it's
know.
initials.
I've seen memorial tattoos in very inopportune places.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know where's a weird place for a memorial tattoo? Portraits of your dead grandparents on the upper thigh. Yeah.
No.
No bueno.
What the?
You know what's gross? When you're fucking a chick and you're looking down at mum.
God.
And this is also a portrait of mum where she's like younger.
No.
So she looks pretty goddamn good. And you're like, fuck. And like you pull out and you're like, you're coming on a dead hot lady.
That's.
And you don't want to be weird about it,
Oh my
but
God.
you do it anyway.
Yeah.
But it's very weird.
That's. That's so bad.
It's not great.
I mean, I'm assuming she had room other places. Why would you go with that location?
Why?
Yeah.
Because, like, all right, so she, legs open, I'm going, and then I pull out, but like, as I'm pulling out, I'm pumping forward, so like I'm shooting.
Yeah, but why would she choose that location for that tattoo?
The tattoo. Oh, I thought why would I choose the location?
No.
I was like, Felicia. Like, stay with me.
Yeah. That's a terrible place.
I don't know.
That.
I don't. And again, I also don't question. I don't question anybody's placement tattoo or of their tattoos or why they got anything tattooed
I'm questioning that. For
I just
sure.
I remember when I saw them, I was like, are those dead people?
Am I about to come on?
Am I about to come on a dead? That's like coming on a tombstone, for the most part.
So disrespectful.
I felt bad. Like if there's nothing worse. So like, let's just say hypothetically, ghost exists, and like I'm fucking this chick, and then Mum Ghost shows up, and she's like, "Oh, sweetie," and then I'm pulling out, and I'm just fucking, blasting on a fucking picture of you, essentially.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, you just came all over my dead face.
Who do you think felt worse? You coming on that or the girl having to wipe it off?
Well, first off, I wipe up the ladies.
No.
First off, I'm a goddamn gentleman. I wipe up the
Really?
ladies.
You don't just throw the rag in her direction?
What? What kind of assholes are coming on you? Anytime I have ever fucking frosted a gal, I have made a point to be like, hey, don't move.
What if you had been with her
Don't
for
move,
like
little
2
fillies.
years?
No, even if I've been
Never.
If I've
Wow.
been with you longer, I'm making a point to just, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If I've been with you more than 2 years, I'm in love with you, and
Yeah.
I want you to be comfortable. If I have sauced you down, I'm trying to fucking
Wow. You're also bringing in hors d'oeuvres.
yeah. Oh my God. I have told a woman now, like the problem is sometimes you like, you put there's a lot. And then I'm like, stay there, don't move. But then I've gone to like get like a towel or like, something to wipe them up. And then I'm like, oh, she probably wants water. And then I'm like, oh, she'll probably want that. And then I come back and she's just like, are you gonna wipe this up? And I'm like, don't move. I got you.
By the time you get back, you have to peel it off.
Oh man, that would be sick. When we're talking about superpowers, it would be great if my cum was like that fucking like that that chocolate sauce that hardens when it's cold.
Magic.
The magic shell.
Yeah. Oh. That doesn't work, by the way. I've tried it. I've tried putting magic shell on a dick.
Yeah, it has to be cold.
I know.
You dummy.
I know that now. Yeah.
You thought that it worked on anything?
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Now, did the guy think it also worked on
I think
anything?
he suggested, he was like, I think
No,
it has
that guy.
to be
Well, all right.
cold.
Okay, so he's dumb, and then you just got the dumb run on. If a woman's like, let me put this magic shell stuff on you, be like, my dick's got to be cold. Let me go stick my dick in a freezer for a little bit and hope that my limp, weird penis is still satisfying for you. What?
I know.
Look.
That's where the blonde part of me comes in. I bought it and I was like, this is going to be
That's
fantastic.
the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
That guy's dumb.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you are also dumb.
Absolutely.
But that's like, I mean...
Well, maybe he wanted it to happen because, it was going to be hot or whatever. But he was like, I think. Maybe.
Also, what is the end game? That you eat it off of his wiener?
Yeah, suck it.
I mean, if I was getting stuff sprayed on my wiener or poured on my wiener that was going to harden around my wiener, my whole thing would, I mean, in a perfect world. Mm-hmm. In a perfect world. I'd want it to be purple, and then I want my dick to get harder around it so I could bust out of it like the Hulk's jeans.
Yes. Oh,
you know
man.
what I mean? So, like, it almost looks like...
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
I got to try this again.
I would rev my dick up so, like, I would get that burst of girth.
Yes.
Like, where it's like... And then, like...
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
See, I'm trying to make...
Now, how do you get the dick cold enough to...
See, we don't have the technology.
Okay.
We don't have the technology. Because I don't think... Like, I've only had my dick out in the cold with a boner, and it's like, you have mere You have mere minutes
Yes.
to put that in somewhere warm.
It hurts too much, right? Too painful.
No, it's just like the cold shrinks your dick.
Right.
It's like a fucking scientific fact. And I've had boners in winter times. It's called winter's bone.
That's even cooler though when the magic shell breaks.
Yeah, but your dick, keep in mind, I don't know if you know, blood is hot.
Right. It's not going to work.
And your dick
no
is just
matter what.
engorged with blood.
Damn it.
Unless I was cold-blooded, which would be sick.
Yeah, they've got to invent a new magic shell
A reverse.
just for me.
No, it's called wax.
Wax.
It's called wax.
Okay.
But the problem is with wax, hot wax on your dick also sucks. Hot wax on your dick. I have been jerking off near candles before.
Oh my God. Did you get them out? Did they go out? Did you hit it?
No.
Just
What?
right?
Did I
The
shoot
flame? Yeah.
Oh.
Did you?
So, I mean, I probably could.
Yeah.
I probably could. I'm more than positive I could. I'm going to do that later.
Yes. Yes.
I'll keep everybody updated.
Report back.
I'll keep everybody updated. But no, there was one time I was like jerking off by candlelight because I was trying to pay homage to the Amish. And I was like, I hit my hand on it and then I got wax on my hand and then the wax like dripped off my hand onto like my dick. And not only that, I
Wow.
burnt my hand. Like it was just
Yeah.
it was a fucking nightmare. But like hot wax, when people are like, pour hot wax on me, it hurts so good.
Yeah.
It's like that does nothing for me.
Right.
I need like I don't know what I need, but I don't need that.
And also, you can't suck it off. It doesn't taste good, I assume. So
No, because like, do you remember? How old are you?
I don't want to say.
Okay, never mind, lady. Anyway,
I'm in my 30s.
okay. So then you remember wax lips?
Yeah.
Okay, remember the candy wax lips?
Yep.
Taste like shit. They're not good
No.
in any way. But that would be the equivalent. It's like you get your dick covered in wax that some chick's got to chew off like a fucking weird
Right.
orange rind.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Even honey would not be good. That would be painful because of the pubes, unless you were like totally shaved clean.
I don't know. It
Why are
depends-
we coming up with all of these great experiments?
Because you know why? It's because you're a creep.
Me?
You brought up half of that shit. That wasn't me.
Okay. Well, I guess I am then.
Look, man, and I'm all about it. Creep on. Creep
Yeah.
to the max, dude.
Yeah.
What I'm just saying is like, I don't think there's any food that I would want on my penis my boner sucked off.
What about a Boston cream filled donut?
You're asking if I had my erection to shove into a Boston cream filled donut?
Yeah. Yeah. Would you do that?
Would I shove my penis into a Boston cream filled donut?
Yes.
I would just rip the donut up.
Right.
But that's not good.
You're right. That is what happens.
Now, would you want someone putting a Boston cream filled donut in your pussy?
No, but it's not the same, you know.
How is that not the same?
Because it would have to be like a
So
lady
wait, what's
finger.
the
You know what I mean? Like the equivalent.
So wait, I know what this is. Put a cannoli in your holy. Holy shit. This has been the End Podcast with Ryan Shader. Thank you so much for joining me. Felicia Gillespie, thank you so much for being on the show. We're going to switch it over to the Patreon. And if you can call the hotline, please get fucking drunk, but not too drunk. We got to be safe out there. 833-443-5300. We will address any comment, question, concern, or any good time you want to promote, or any bad times, Puerto Rican stabs you want to fucking talk about. We're going to be back next time. Thank you so much.